The powerful CEO had just returned to his home country with his 5-year-old son, hoping to find his long-lost family. But while making a phone call at the airport, he was suddenly tripped by a woman rushing past, and before either of them realized what happened, they accidentally kissed. Flustered, the woman quickly apologized, pulled out a wad of cash, and shoved it into the CEO's hand, insisting on paying for any damages she might have caused. Then she grabbed her luggage and hurried away in a panic. What she didn't notice was that the CEO's little boy had quietly started following her. By the time she realized something was off, the boy had already caught up and introduced himself. Learning that he had somehow gotten separated from his father, she immediately offered to take him to the airport's information desk to issue a missing child alert. But just as they were on their way, the CEO showed up, flanked by his bodyguards. Misunderstanding the situation, he accused her of trying to kidnap his son and ordered his men to arrest her on the spot. Despite the little boy's desperate explanations, the CEO, acting rashly, refused to listen and had the woman taken to the police station. Left with no other choice, the woman had to call her estranged mother to bail her out, earning herself a harsh scolding in the process. Thinking she'd never have to see that arrogant CEO again, the woman tried to move on with her life. But fate had other plans. One day while she was out grabbing a meal, she accidentally bumped into the CEO, who, as it turned out, was on a blind date. Seizing the opportunity for revenge, she strutted over, plopped herself onto his lap, and sweetly called him hubby right in front of his stunned date. She even spun an elaborate story, claiming they'd been married for years and were deeply in love. The CEO frantically denied everything, but thanks to the woman's Oscar-worthy performance, the date was completely ruined. After the date stormed off, the woman coolly pulled away, smirking as she told the CEO that now they were even, he had wrongfully thrown her in jail, and she had destroyed his date in return. The CEO, fuming, asked what she had just called him. Realizing she'd slipped up, she turned on her heels and ran, grinning smugly at her little victory. But what she didn't know was that the very company she was about to start working for was owned by that same CEO. By the time she realized, it was already too late. She was caught red-handed at the office. Glancing at her employee badge, the CEO smirked and walked away, satisfied. Soon after, he ordered his assistant to transfer her to work directly under him in the CEO's office. Spending time together every day, the CEO found himself drawn to her. He couldn't help but smile indulgently whenever he saw her working clumsily, and he often fought the urge to get closer to her. He even trusted her to take care of his son, who had grown deeply attached to her. However, not everyone was happy about this budding relationship. A scheming woman who had her eyes set on becoming the future Mrs. CEO made life hell for the newcomer. She harassed and bullied her at every opportunity, and in a cruel twist, even pushed the CEO's son down a flight of stairs. The boy was badly injured and slipped into a coma, urgently needing a blood transfusion. Hearing the news, the woman immediately volunteered to donate blood, as they shared the same rare blood type. But the scheming woman tried to stop her. She feared that if the woman saved the boy, the CEO would completely fall for her, and her own dreams of marrying into wealth would be shattered.